I think we're live. We should be live.
Oh, you know what? I can log in and see.
This thing says we're live. We'll figure it out one day for sure.
I didn't get a notification on YouTube.
Uh-oh. So we are live though.
Are we?
Yeah. We is live diggity.
I wonder why I didn't get.
I wonder if since we didn't get it, is everybody gonna get it? Or like will people
Right.
not get it?
Oh, okay. I see that we're red, so I guess it's live. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, fuck it. I guess I'll do a quick little intro. Or, well, I don't even know about a quick little intro. This is our second episode for 2MadKings. And as the title says, we're going to be talking about a wedding, a nautical wedding.
Ooh.
So one half of 2MadKings got married. And so we're going to go ahead and discuss a little bit about that and then see where the rest of the conversation goes, right? So, oh, I can hear me in the background.
Uh, Sounds good to me. I don't hear anything.
No, I'm saying I can hear it from your side.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Is that it? Okay.
I think so. So, what do y'all want to know?
Well, I unfortunately was not there, so I, I got little snapshots of the whole thing, but I think like, how do you feel? Like
Uh,
we can't see that, so how like you
you
said
know,
nothing changed, but I was kind of joking around saying, nah, everything's gonna change, right?
so like it's the same. It's the same. Nothing's really changed because I don't think anything's changed because of the marriage, right? Like we've been together for 10 years now, 10 and a half years now, and um, we've lived together for shit 4 years now or something like that. 5 years, I can't remember. 4 years, and so really like we've been doing everything for together. Well, okay, we've been living together here for that long, and then prior to that, I mean, she was at my house, at my mom's house, you know, day in and day out. So we were basically living together already. But so in that sense, nothing's changed. Bills have been paid. However we manage to pay them, right? Whether it's me or it's her or whatever, so that hasn't really changed. Um, yeah, I mean, really, nothing has changed because of marriage. Um, so there's
So
that.
there's this one movie that always stuck to me. It's an older movie. It's called He's Not That Into You, I think, or He's Just Not That Into You. Ever seen that movie?
No, what the fuck? What's that
Yeah,
about?
it's like a holiday like chick flick.
Okay.
Uh, but the premise of the movie is it's like it follows different couples, right? There's one that's married, but it's like having problems. The other one's like perfect, right? But they're not married, right? And that couple, everything was great, right? They were together, but they weren't married, right?
Yeah.
And I think like one of them wanted to get married, and they kind of figured out like I think towards like the end of the movie, either they get married or they wanted to get married, and then everything changes and it just kind of ruined everything.
I
Even though technically nothing changed. So that's where like I always think about that, right?
Yeah.
Like if everything's like if something's working, why mess it up, right?
But it's not
And that's
messing
true
it
for
up.
every situation, I think.
Well, you're saying why mess it up? What you really mean is why change it, right?
Why change it? Yes. Like if
Yeah.
something
So
works, why change it? Yeah.
so kind of like we say in Texas, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Type thing.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Nothing.
Unless, well, I guess you could say you can improve something, but would
Yeah,
that really even count as an improvement?
um.
That's hard to say. I think it's just a change of status, not really an improvement.
Yeah. So it's just a change. Yeah, because like you can say okay, we get married and last names change, right? But you can do that without getting married, right? You just go to court and
Yeah.
then file the system and you get your name changed. So there's that.
Like, I
Um.
mean, you can do everything without getting married.
Yeah. Yeah, you can even file your taxes together, right?
You can almost argue there's more uh how would you say disadvantages to being married than it is to not being married.
Oh, that would have been a good one to talk about. I don't have any
Yeah.
stats or nothing. Now, there is one stat
Well, off
that
the top of your head, what do you think?
like a pro.
Like, no, is there or is there not? I guess you're married now, so it's not convenient for you
Um,
to say either way, right?
no,
But
I
I
mean,
can.
yeah. So I think there's a social pro to it, right? Because now people see you as a married couple, and
Right.
there's a social status on that, right? Um, so as a social status, yeah, I feel like it is an improvement, right? Because you always tend to think about the single person is not necessarily
Less mature.
Hey, there you go. They're not as
Right.
mature. So in a social aspect, sure. In a mental aspect, mm, okay. I think in a
Yeah,
mental
I think
aspect,
so.
there's a battle.
There's that. Well, yes. So the mental aspect, and I'm glad you said that. It's that in the back of my mind, the back of your mind is you have that security, right? That like somebody's there,
Yes, and
right?
and so that's a pro. But then the con or the negative would be now I can't just up and leave because we're legally tied. You
Yeah,
know.
and I mean that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, it is because say you leave, like you're leaving, like and okay, you leave and then like I don't know how the court system and the legal system is, but normally the person that leaves loses everything, right?
So yes, and that's a whole nother thing, right? The legal system is not meant to help the guy
Not at
at
all.
all.
Yeah. So in that aspect,
So
for sure.
that's I would say that's a negative thing.
Yes.
Definitely a disadvantage if like let's say it's not forever, right? So things don't work out. Um, I'm 100% certain the guy is the one that gets screwed.
Oh yeah, all day.
Right? So far, from what I've seen, of all the points that we've gathered, I don't see that many positives. I mean,
But
we're talking about ending the marriage and that you're getting completely screwed. That's life changing, right?
yeah, but
Social
the
status, okay, you seem like a more responsible guy. Maybe it'll steer a couple girls away from you,
and
because you're
as a
married
matter of
now.
fact, I've heard it's opposite. You
The
know,
opposite,
I've
yeah,
heard that people,
exactly.
yeah, there's a
So there you go. That's another good
psychological
thing. You
reason
get
to
more
that.
temptation.
Yeah, I think
Personal experience, I would have to agree. Uh, you get more action when you're not single.
I think that just plays on who you are and what you do, right? Like if you're a go
No, but I mean
getter,
like outside of like the things you control, it is just attractive to women to have somebody who's not single, I guess.
we'd have to
Because
ask women.
cause that competitiveness kicks in. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
I might just be imagining it.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I haven't been single in a
Um,
long time, so
yeah, that too. So, but I'm just thinking like, I guess it's just like a traditional thing, right? To say like, I'm here for you, you're here for me, no matter what, right?
yeah, and that's
Um,
yeah,
and that's probably the pro that beats everything, right?
and that sense of security, yeah, that sense of security, that sense of somebody's got your back, right? That keeps
Like
you
no
safe at
matter
night,
what, right? Like that's the idea of marriage, right? No matter
allegedly.
what. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's the idea of marriage is that no matter what, I've got your back through thick and thin, through whatever all those words were that you say, right? No
You don't
matter
remember it
what.
just happened last week.
No, because we didn't write our vows. Dana didn't want to write her vows, or at least she didn't want to say them in front of people. So,
Oh,
um,
okay.
but the idea is that through thick and thin, no matter what, because we're married, right? Like that's we got each other's back. Prior to that, it's crazy because the idea should be the same, right? Like if you're in a
Yeah,
relationship, the idea should be like no matter what, right? Because you're not
yeah.
if you're in a
But for a
relationship, you
couple that's
should.
been together for a very long time, yeah, it should
Well,
already be at that point.
but
So why would
here's
you
my
be together
thought.
though?
Here's my thought on that. Like, even if you're a day in or 10 years in, if you're planning on being in a committed relationship, that's part of it, right? Like having each
Right.
other's back. Whether you
Yeah.
just met an hour ago or you've been together for 10 years, like if you're saying, okay, I'm gonna get with this person at that moment, it's like no matter what, right? Now,
That's a given. It should be a
yeah, it
given.
should be. But obviously, in today's society and yada yada yada, it's not always that, right? And which leads to one of those conversations that we're gonna have one day, right? About like women and men and the ideal,
Oh yeah, for sure.
like what you should do. That
Yeah,
should
yeah.
word.
We gotta write this down because I remember we said, yeah, we gotta talk about this.
Yeah, yeah. I think Diana, that's what she thought we were gonna talk about today, but I kind
Well,
of want to.
I didn't want to overthink this because that's kind of what we kind of agreed on, not
Yeah,
overthinking it. But I do know that was some one big thing that happened to you, so I wanted to talk about that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
And
so
then I had already thought about a couple different things that can come off of there.
okay,
So
cool, cool, cool.
yeah, so that's how I that's why I said that.
Yeah, no, that's good. So I mean, I could talk a little bit about how it went, and then we can just, I guess we can expand off of that too. So for everybody that doesn't know, right, me and Diana got married on a cruise. Um, it was what, 6 days out of Galveston. We went from Galveston to Costa Maya. Was it Costa Maya? Yeah, it was Costa Maya, Mexico. Then we went to Belice, and then we went back up to Cozumel, Mexico, also, and that's and back to Galveston. And so it was the first day was at sea. You really it's boarding, right? That first day is like the most hectic day on the ship. Actually, this is the second most hectic day. The most hectic day is offboarding or getting off, whatever
Oh
that's
yeah,
called.
we gotta get yeah, you gotta get off.
Yeah, but so we get there, everybody gets checked in, whatever, hanging out, start eating, cause fuck, if you've ever been on a cruise or if you don't
And it
know,
was a group of what?
unlimited amount of food on the cruise. 16 people ended up going. So shout out to everybody that went. Thank you so much for going. Obviously, we know there were some people that couldn't go or whatever for whatever reason, but we did a little something after that, so that was cool. Um, but yeah, so first day hectic, getting on. Then we went to eat. Right, fucking eating and eating and eating. That's like the first thing and thing. That's like the biggest thing on the cruise. You fucking eat, bro. I love
Yeah,
that shit. They got Guy Fieri's burgers in there. Solid. Those things are amazing. But okay, so whatever. We did that. The next day is when we got married. We got married at sea. So we were in the out in the ocean, and the wedding happened at, I believe it was 2 p.m. And the idea was that it was going to be the ceremony, and then it was going to be the reception, and then from there you just kind of did your own thing, right? And so I got ready in Junior's room. So my friend Junior went, and I got ready in his room so that then I could get ready in her room. I didn't want to look at her dress the whole time we were on land and getting prepared and everything. We got the
but the
dress, and
previous to these, you didn't see the dress.
not at all, bro. I was like, no, I can't see it. And then I was like, shut up, just whatever. I don't care. And I'm like, nah, 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 nah. We're gonna follow tradition, you know.
So you did it, yeah.
So I didn't see the dress, but it's okay. So we get ready. We had the photographer come into my room. He took a couple pictures of me getting ready. My uncle helped me out, put some little flowers on my pocket here, my chest pocket, and all that. And so whatever, we take pictures, we get ready, we head over to the reception area or to the ceremony area. Well, they're the same place. And then Diana, the photographer, goes to Diana, and he takes her pictures, and my aunt Fabiola's getting her ready, and her mom's helping too a little bit, and whatever. So they do that. They take their pictures. Cool. Then around 2 p.m. we meet back, or not we meet, but I'm already at the ceremony spot. The ceremony spot was the piano place. So they have a nice area. It's got a big old piano in the middle. They had the food set up on the outside and the drink. We had a full bar, so open bar. But that was for the reception, right? Right now we're talking about ceremony. So we get
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and I'm ready, standing in front of the captain. So the captain ended us marrying. The captain married us, so that was pretty dope. But so Diana gets there, and obviously she looks fucking badass. And she walks in, does her little loop, whatnot, and gets to me finally. And so we do the ceremony. The idea was that the ceremony was gonna be 30 minutes, and I'm like, God damn, that's a long ass ceremony. But it took like 10 minutes, right? So that was great because it gave us more time
And
to
I
the
would think it'd be
reception.
longer than that.
Nah, because it's just exchanging like we didn't write our vows, right? Because like I said, Diana didn't want to
Right. Yeah.
didn't want to say our vows, and so it was really just repeating whatever the captain said, um, putting the rings on, and done. It was short, it was sweet and to the point, um, and so that was that, and so it was good because it ended up extending our time or giving us more time for the reception,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so, like I said, the reception and the ceremony went in the same spot. But so they walk her out. She walks out of the room. Um, what was I saying? Okay, yeah, she walks out of the room. They do a little Fugazi stuff outside, right? And then now we come back in, and we come back in celebrating, right? Ooh, and so then the party's starting. And like I said, it was open bar. We had 5 different types of finger foods. I can't remember what they all were. I think there was like a taco, like a burrito taco style wrap, whatever the fuck. We had some lobster bisque. I want to say that's with the little toasted bread
I think
with lobster on
I think
top.
lobster biscuit. It's a soup, isn't it?
Shit, I don't fucking know. It was toast with lobster on top. There we
All
go.
right.
We had some shrimp rolled in fucking in rice paper with something in it, so kind of like a spring roll, but not the full spring roll.
Oh, that
Um,
sounds good.
they were good. I can't remember what we all had. I gotta look at the pictures so I can remember. But whatever, there was finger foods, but the most important thing was the bar. Right, it was open bar. But check this out. We didn't know it was open bar. I didn't know it was open bar. I thought it was just our specialty drink because whenever we registered to get married and all that, they ask for a specialty drink. And so I'm thinking, okay, that's what they're going to give us. And that's what they
Oh, so
started
they just
giving
want to get
us.
you ready to make sure you make those drinks.
Correct. And so that's what they started giving us, right? So we're drinking their Malibu Baby, or not Malibu Babies, they were tequila sunrises. And so, we're drinking these tequila sunrises. And given if anybody's been on a cruise, bro, y'all know, or they have a heavy hand, dude. They have the fucking heaviest hand. So we're drinking these tequila sunrises, and for everybody that knows, I drink beer. Coors Banquet, that's me, baby. Right? So
All day.
all day, man. And so we know we're drinking these tequila sunrises, and about 30 minutes in or so, I'm fucking annoyed because there's no straw and the ice keeps fucking hitting me, so I can't drink right. I'm trying to chug these bitches, right? We got about an hour and a half, 2 hours to party. Let's get hammered on this shit, right? So I go and I ask the bartender. I said, "Hey, I know I cruised a couple months ago and they didn't have straws because save the fucking turtles." I've never seen a fucking turtle swallow a straw, but whatever. That's besides the point. But I was like, "Hey, do you guys have any straws or something?" And the guy was like, "We have candy straws." And I'm like, "I don't know what that is, but give me one." I'm
Of
thinking
course.
it's a Twizzler. They had candy straws. And so I'm thinking it's like a Twizzler. You know what I mean? Because Twizzlers are hollow in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Just give it to me. And it's this, what it is, it's hard candy. Like it's a hard
Oh, yeah,
sugar
yeah, yeah.
candy, I guess. I don't know. But they had two
Yeah, it's
flavors. They
hard
had
candy. Yeah, yeah, like what's it called? I forgot the name of the candy.
whatever. It was hard candy.
I don't know
They
which one it
had
is.
they had lime flavor, and then they had fucking strawberry flavor. And so I'm like, bro, just give me one, right? And I told him every drink that comes out of this bar from now on, put a straw in that bitch, right? And he's like, yes, sir, no problem, bro. They treat you like fucking royalty times 10 on these cruises, bro. I love it. So I downed that tequila sunrise. Dangerous. Down, bro. Give me another one. down it. I'm like, fuck, this is gonna. I'm like, this is dangerous, and everybody's got a straw now, and everybody's just chugging them bitches. I'd say about an hour in, maybe. My uncle, Jaime, he's like, hey, I guess he goes to talk to the bartender. He said, hey, how much does a bottle cost? I want to buy a bottle of tequila to do a shot with everybody, just kind of do a toast and whatnot. And the guy's like, oh, that's included. It's part of the part of the deal, right? And he's like, oh shit. And so he goes and he tells me, he's like, Moises, dice que la botella está incluido. And I'm like, no way. So I go and I ask the bartender, hey, the bottle's included and everything? Like,
Wait, how
even
far
the
in are you
bottle?
going to the reception at this
Bro,
point?
we're about an hour in. I'm feeling myself already. You know what I mean? I'm already feeling myself. I probably got about 4 tequila sunrises in me. These drinks were fucking big, bro. Like, these drinks were.
And he just found out.
And he just
Open
found
bar.
out open bar, everything on the bar. They're like, yeah, everything in the back is included. And, I mean, there's tequila, there's whiskey, there's fucking bourbon, there's
Okay.
everything.
Yeah.
But we ended up kind of sticking to the tequila. Everybody kind of did because they were.
Well, you didn't want to go too crazy because then you start mixing it up and it's over.
Well, it wasn't even that, but they were pulling these tequila sunrises out, bro, like before we can finish them. So we didn't even have time to think
Okay.
about another drink. It was crazy. So, but when they tell us the bottle's included, I'm like, oh shit. I said, hey, give us a shot for everybody times 2. Like, give us 2 shots, everybody. So they start pouring these shots, dude. Pouring these shots. These fucking tequila shots are like, I would hold it and they would stick out. It would stick out about an inch from my hand,
Yeah.
and they were filling them bitches to the brim, dude. And then they were pulling them out in them fucking when the charolas, when they bring out the food,
Yeah.
they were. I'm talking about just filled with tequila shots, bro. Man, game over, dude. Game over. It just people taking shots. I took like 5 or 6 shots that night. I don't take shots.
Didn't.
5 or 6 shots, dude. 5 or 6 shots. I drank like 9. I think I didn't finish the 9th tequila sunrise, but whatever. I'm fucking hammered. Diana's fucking hammered. Judith is hammered. Junior is hammered. Jaime is, bro. We're all fucking hammered. I mean, Valeska was drunk as heck, bro. Everybody was feeling themselves. I think only like 5 people didn't get drunk, and I think like it was my aunt Fabi. She was kind of like keeping up with everything. Oh, I think Christian didn't get that drunk either. He might have gotten tipsy or whatnot because he was taking pictures, so he was kind of like, not getting too crazy into it. We had 2 family friends that went. They were older. They didn't drink that much. They had a couple tequila sunrises. Let me see. 3 others that don't drink. And so, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5 people, right? So 10 or 11 people were hammered. And I mean hammered. It was nuts. So check this
Tell
out.
us the juicy stuff. Tell us the behind the scenes kind of thing.
Oh man. So wait, but before we get there, so they tell us, hey, we're gonna go take pictures after, right? And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm fucking slammed. The fuck, my hair's all fucked up already. Like my beard sideways probably. I'm hammered, dude. And so okay, we're gonna go take pictures outside in the balcony or whatever, outside, right?
On the deck, yeah.
Yeah, and so it wasn't the best time either because it was windy as fuck. So my hair's everywhere. I mean, we didn't get that many pictures. We didn't buy that many pictures from that session because it was bad. I mean, the pictures were bad. There was one good picture, which is the one we bought. Whereas I'm check this out. I'm so drunk, bro. I'm like fucking super swole. I carry Diana, I'm leaning her over, and I'm kissing her.
Yeah,
and
that's right. Yeah,
boy, I didn't feel no weight. She was light as a feather then. But Jesus Christ. So after that, after we did the ceremony, the reception, everybody's hammered. It's probably like 6. I don't know. I lost track of time at this point. And all right, everybody go to your room, or everybody go do what the fuck you want. Really, like that's what we wanted this to be. We wanted this to be our wedding, but we also wanted it to be vacation, right? So just do whatever the fuck you want. And so, Diana and myself, we go to the room. Judith and Junior, I think they go to their room. I don't know. I know my uncle Jaime, my aunt Fabi, family friends, Raul and Teresa, Valesca and Romualdo. I think they go to this. I think it was karaoke night, or they were having some music session going on in like the fifth or fourth floor. I can't remember. They went there because I remember the next day they showed us videos of my uncle dancing and shit. But my uncle's
They
drunk. Oh yeah, they still went out.
still had the energy to do something, huh?
Fuck yeah. So me and Diana, we go to the room, we do the deed, whatever. We fucking go crazy. And then boom, 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 boom. And we're like, oh shit, I'm naked. I'm naked as fuck because it got hot too. So I'm naked. And Diana's like, put some clothes on. And I'm like, man, fuck that shit. I'm hammered, bro. I'm telling you.
See these people again. Fuck it.
Well, it wasn't even that, bro. It was Junior and Judith,
Oh shit.
So I'm like, fuck it, just open the door. I don't give a fuck. So what I ended up doing really was mostly because Judith, because fuck everything. Junior, I don't care. Fuck it, let him see me. He's seen the dick before, but I was like, I don't want to be disrespectful to Judith, right? So I just throw my underwear on top. I don't even like put it on. I just let it lean on. Yeah. And they get in here and whatnot, and they're like, "Let's keep partying." And
Damn.
man, it was crazy. Junior was so drunk. So we have this Insta camera. I don't know how to call it. The Polaroid cameras.
Oh yeah.
When we left the reception, and we got back to the room, Diana's like, "We don't have any more fucking rolls. Like, we don't have any more Polaroids, right?" I'm like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I'm drunk. And whatever. Junior shows up, fucking, you ever seen those pictures where people are holding money and they're like,
Yeah.
This nigga shows up with those Polaroids. And he starts taking Polaroids out of his jacket, bro. Like he took them all. He took all the packets from the reception. So we're like, fuck yeah. He had like 70 Polaroids. Like he had 7 or 8 packs in his fucking jacket. But it was good. And so they get to the room and we party a little bit in the room. Diana and myself were fucking taking turns. We're throwing up. We're fucking just like I said, I was naked. I think I somehow put on my underwear, my boxer briefs. I think when they turned away, I tried to put them on, and I put both of my legs into one fucking leg, right? So it looks like I'm wearing a skirt. I don't know if they caught a picture of that, but if they did, that'd be a badass picture. So at some point, I ended up in the restroom. I think I had to throw up, so I throw up. They're dancing, getting down in the room. I come outside somehow and I lay on the floor. I don't even remember why I laid on the floor. Why did I lay on the floor? I can't remember that part. I remember laying on the floor and I fucking, they were telling me to twerk, and I got a Hank Hill butt, bro. My butt's Hank Hill. If you ever seen Hank Hill, you know what I'm talking about. And so I just started fucking like tightening my butt cheeks, and Junior got a video of that. So, just shit like that was going down in the room. At some point, they're like, all right, let's go. So I'm like, okay. So I'm at this whole time, I'm just in my underwear, right? So they're like, let's go. So I'm like, all right. So I grab my fucking vest. I put my vest on and I walk out. I just walk out. I'm ready to go. I'm in my underwear and my vest. That's it. I get downstairs because we were going to go downstairs because we were in the 6th floor. We're going to go downstairs. I get to the 5th floor and I'm like, man, where the fuck is everybody? They stay in their room. So I ended up going back up. I'm knocking on the door, outside in my underwear and my vest only.
Wait, you said let's go and you actually left.
I fucking left. They said, let's go. Fuck it. I think Diana had to throw up, so that's why they stayed behind. We ended up back in the room. And at some point, they leave. I think they were going to go clean up or whatever, like clean themselves up a little bit. And at this point, it's like 7, maybe 7:30. I don't know. Like I said, I lost track of time. Our dinner was at 8. We had dinner at 8. And so Diana and I pass out. We knocked the fuck out. And when I wake up like at midnight, I wake up at midnight, but I don't know it's midnight yet. So I wake up and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, hey babe, we got to get ready. We got to get ready for dinner. And Diana's like, Like, I don't know if she's responding to me or she's
Wait,
snoring or what.
you were hungry, or you were just saying you just reacted to,
So I
like, you were hungry, or you just thought it was dinner time and you reacted to that?
I was hungry. I remember being hungry, but
Yeah, cause you.
but more so I reacted to we got to go to dinner. So I was hungry, but I didn't say we need to go to dinner because I was hungry.
But you didn't know what time it was, nothing
I
like
had
that.
no idea. I'm thinking like, fuck, we fell asleep. Like, oh shit, let's go, get ready for go to dinner.
Yeah.
And she's making these fucking grumblings, and I'm like, hey, we gotta go to dinner. And then I look at the fucking time, bro. It's midnight, a little past midnight, and I'm like, ah, fuck, we missed dinner, bro. Given that we've been asleep for like 5 hours, and I'm like, damn. And that's why I remember I said that's why I said I was hungry, because I remember being like, I'm hungry, but really what I was more, bro, was thirsty, dude. I was dog thirsty. I was
Oh
so
yeah, you probably
thirsty.
didn't have
I had no
no
fluids
liquids in
left.
your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, no food.
Yeah, and so I remember luckily we had taken our Yetis and we filled them up with water, right? And so we had left our Yetis in our room. We didn't take them to the reception. That's what I was gonna say earlier. Fucking Junior, he took his Yeti to the reception. When he left the reception, he had Yeti full of tequila sunrises and shots that they were giving him, and he was just putting them bitches in there, bro.
No shit.
This nigga. But so luckily we didn't do that, right? So luckily we had water in those things, and I just chugged them, boom, 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 and I chugged both of them, and I tell you, and I'm like, hey babe, I'm gonna go get some water. You want to come with me? I'm gonna go probably get a pizza too, because pizza closes at 4 a.m. So it's midnight.
Oh, so you are
Yeah, I
able
got
to
time.
get something afterwards.
Yeah. And so she's like, she fucking sounds like a zombie, and I'm like, all right, you're alive. I'll be back. So I take the Yetis, fill them up with water. I drink the shit out of that, and then I go get a pizza. I get 2 pizzas. I get 2 mushroom and onion pizzas. Actually, not mushroom and onion. They were just mushroom. Oh, I didn't think about this. I should have gotten some
Wait,
onion.
I thought you didn't like mushrooms.
I fucking love mushrooms.
Is it Diana?
Nah, Diana likes mushrooms.
Somebody that
My favorite pizza is mushroom and onions.
really?
Thin crust. Yeah. And that's the cool thing about this cruise too. They had the pizzas they make, they're like plate-sized pizzas, and they're thin. So, you just, man, I was fucking down in them bitches, bro. I was down in the shit of them. But so I eat some of that, and then I get back to the room. Diana's still alive, and I think I hand her some water, but she didn't even drink none of it. And then she kind of wakes up, and she drinks some water, and was she hungry? I don't think she was hungry, but we ended up going back to sleep. The next morning, so this is day 3 now, we wake up, we go to brunch, because they had a brunch table set up for the party, right, for everybody.
Yeah.
And we show up, everybody's already there, but we show up a little late, fashionably late. And my first question is like, did anybody make it to dinner? And only 3 people made it to dinner, bro. Only 3 people made it to dinner. It was Christian, and then those 2 family friends I was talking about, Raul and Teresa. They were the only ones that made it to dinner.
Wait, was this a planned dinner? We're like, okay, we're gonna go to dinner. We're all gonna meet there.
Yeah, so dinner is every night. They have it every night, and so you reserve your spot, or you reserve it before you go on the cruise.
The plan was for you guys after the. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and nobody showed up. Everybody was
everybody had a good time.
I hope so, man. I hope so, cause Jesus. But so that was that. That was kind of like the gist of the wedding. We lots of drinking, lots of celebrating, and then the next days we were at port, right? So we landed at Costa Maya. That probably wasn't the best experience. It was too many ships. There was 5 ships that landed there. That's kind of their shopping port. So it's a very small spot, very small place. And there was over 20,000 people there. So it was just not it. Yeah, it was just not it. So me and Diana got off. We watched these guys twirl around a pole on some fucking ropes, and then we went back onto the ship. Actually, we saw my friend there. We saw my coworker, Bridget. We were meeting there, so we saw her, took some pictures, and then we back to the ship. The next day we had an
Your
excursion.
coworker that was on the cruise as well, or
No, so she was actually on another cruise that left out of New Orleans, and from New Orleans she went to Costa Maya and then
just happened to be
Cozumel.
there?
Well, we knew she was gonna be there, but yeah, it just so happened that the ships met or like came to that spot at the same on the same day. So that's why we thought we looked for her. We took pictures and yada yada yada. The next day we were supposed to go to Belize and do an excursion, but there was a storm apparently, and the fucking we were supposed to do a cave tubing excursion, but there was a storm and apparently the caves got filled up with water
It
and
flooded.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I went to the not the reception, but the excursion reception, whatever, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, I don't. This is why I come to third world countries, bro. For lack of safety, I don't care about the safety. Just let me fucking go. But
Right.
but they were like, nah, we can't do that. I'm like, man, how much I need to give you? But they weren't having it because it was part of the cruise. So I'm sure they would have had some liability or
Oh,
whatnot.
okay.
But what we ended up doing in Belize is Junior's never really seen ruins like the pyramids and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So we found some guy that would take us a tour of the city, and then they would take us to these ruins, and then I guess and then back obviously, but I don't remember what was the pitch for them to get us to go, but it was cheap. It was like $40. It wasn't bad. So we did that. They took us to go see the city, and the fucking tallest building in the city is 5 floors. What the fuck? 5 stories is the
City of
tallest
what?
building.
Like,
Belize. Like that's their
no.
skyscraper. Yes. That's their fucking skyscraper, allegedly, right? Five
No, no way.
stories. Look, you need to go
This
back
is
and
like their
tell.
central city, like the main
Yes.
city there.
Yes.
I don't believe that.
I look, unless you gotta go back and tell Jose or whatever that guy's name was that he's wrong. That's what it is, bro. But whatever, we did a tour of the city. And then we went to these it was called Altun She, something like that. I have it here on Instagram, so I don't want to be wrong. It's called Altun Ha. So the cool thing about this spot is that they say it's it was a merchant. It was like a flea market, right? Because everything that they've found in the area is not local. So they say that people brought them in to trade or whatever, and so that's why that's there. But so we did that, and then the next day we went to Cozumel. We went to an all-inclusive island, a private island. And bro, check this out, man. I should have taken a fucking picture. I don't be thinking about pictures in the moment, dude. I was telling Diana that the
Yeah,
other
the same
day.
way.
Like I'm in the moment. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about all that shit. But there was a sign when we get there. It said it started out with the two main ones, right? Viagra, Cialis, right? So that's so you can get your dick hard, right? But then after that, it said Xanax, Percocet, Vicodin, codeine, blah blah blah, like all these fucking drugs, bro. And it was just like an arrow to the right, like go that way. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's
Like
where you go to third world countries.
I was like, shit, if I didn't have a job, bro, I would have been like, "Pew." No, but they had all kinds of shit. And I'm like, is that even legal? And you know what the best part about this is? Diana's mom sees it, right? So my suegra sees it and she's like, is that included too? Because
She did not say
hell yeah, bro, yes. She said, está incluido? And I'm like, no. She said, well, it's an all-inclusive island. I said, yeah, but not that.
That's funny.
But it was good, though. That was a good island. They had like kayaking. They had volleyball. They had this dancing event where we throw balloons and shit. And they had buffet. The buffet wasn't all that, but whatever. They had a buffet. They had drinks. So, we did all that. We got in the beach. The beach was cold. Or the water, it was cold. But
Nice.
it felt good, though. It was pretty they call it whatever. It was kind of muddy, like the water wasn't super clear like we wished it would have been, but it's because of the storms that were in the area
Oh, okay.
So
Mix the shit up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a little good hour boat ride to that island. It was nice. And Isla, I don't fucking know. Let me look again. Isla Isla Pasión. So that was pretty good. Then we went back on the ship, right? This was in Cozumel. Then we got back on the ship, and then we were back, coming our way back. And so on the ship, the whole time, right, it's just eating, sleeping, shitting, chilling, going to trivia events, going to karaoke night, going to shows. They had a Family Feud show that I wish we would have signed up for, but whatever. But it was good, man. It was good. It was a small party, like I said, but it was just enough. We had a great time, or at least I did. It was short, to the point, simple, full of love and all that. So. It was good. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like even if you obviously, I mean, you go there to have fun, right? But like, even if you didn't get married, it would have just been a great time anyway.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So that
Heck
just
yeah.
added on to
Yeah, no, for
what's the other way
sure.
around.
No, the marriage, the fucking partying definitely added to the. I mean,
Uh,
the marriage added. The partying was gonna happen anyway. Yeah.
yeah.
But the marriage added to the experience. Yeah. And so it was good, man. It was good. Um, with all the bullshit that marriages or the system now allows for marriages and whatnot, it was a fair price, and we were able to get unlimited food and unlimited drinks, I guess you could say, versus like if we had to get married here on land. It's just so stupid expensive after COVID. After COVID, everything got like ridiculous. Like it was
You would
already
have gotten like
expensive.
a whole 5 days experience or whatever it was.
Yeah. It
It
would
would
have
have
been
been
one
like a one
night
night thing.
done. Yeah. Yeah. That's like, unless we had like a Ruby party, right? Was that the girl's name? The 15?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but it was good. I liked it. I mean, I love cruising because it's chill. You get to do whatever you want. I guess except jump off of the ship. That's on the to-do list. Maybe when I'm like 80. Because I don't want to
Bucket
get
list.
banned. Yeah, that's on my bucket list. But yeah, you get to do whatever you want. If you want to wake up, you wake up. If you want to stay in the room all day, you stay in the room all day. If you want to destroy the room, they'll clean it
Why
up.
would you stay in the room? But I guess there's people like that. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, there's you'd be surprised. It's nuts. Sometimes you pass by these rooms like at 1 in the afternoon, and there's people in there watching TV. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? I don't know. I guess, like I said, it's you're away. You know what I mean? Like, it's your vacation. Do what the fuck you want.
That's true. Yeah.
So
Maybe if you were like you can never have the opportunity to watch TV, I guess you could.
yeah, for sure. But I don't know. I mean, it was good. It was fun. And then, like I said, we did something when we got back. So we had people that couldn't go to that come to this. Family friend of ours and then my aunt, they put something together here at the house. And that was also good too. And that went out pretty. That was on a Sunday, and people were here till almost 1 in the morning, I think. I was like, holy shit. So that was good. Yeah. But
So now back to reality. Are you guys are back to work? Everything.
yeah. I mean, that Monday we were back to work. That Monday was back
Hey,
to get into it.
you on the live? At least you're not naked. Well, at least nobody's watching.
That's true. That's true. I don't think anybody is watching. Said one is watching. Who's watching?
That's probably me.
Oh,
Hey, speaking of which, so I know we've just kind of been. Well, it's really mostly me, right? Because I just moved and all that. So have you thought about like what's a good day for us to just do it every week? Is Wednesday a good day?
I already told you. Yeah, Wednesday's a good day. Wednesday works
Because
for
I
me.
technically have it's weird because I have more freedom, but I don't. Right, so I always kind of have to be there. Like my mind has to be there, right? And I have to be available with people and stuff, but I don't have to actually be there, right? So
Sure.
I'm never attached to the store. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It doesn't not
So,
make sense.
huh?
It doesn't not make sense.
Okay. So yeah, so I mean like I make my own schedule per se, right? So I can just if I need to go, if I don't need to go, like I'm responsible to make sure everything gets done, and I just decide how to do it. So yeah, now I have more freedom in the sense that I can be here mostly in the afternoons, every Wednesday, whatever. Erica says, "Why can I post a comment?" I don't know. Do you have comments off? Is there a setting for that?
Um, I don't know. It says live chat and it doesn't let me. It says this action is turned off for content made for. Oh,
Why? What happened?
I need to make it not for kids. What? Because last time I made it for kids and or like and it said, oh, you know whatever. Um, but last time I tried to make it not for kids, and so then it was like, okay, you
It didn't
can't.
let you.
Yeah, you can't use chat if it's not for kids. So okay, so now I made it for kids, but then I guess I don't know, bro. Let's see.
Hmm.
Try tell her to retry,
Okay, we'll try that.
like to fucking close the app and then do it again. She should be able to.
Okay, she's gonna try it. See what happens.
All right, all right, all right.
But anyways, going back to my situation, yeah, I feel like I'm I'm definitely gonna be able to be more consistent.
All right, we could do
And
Wednesdays,
now
like I said.
I'm done setting up. Like before, like literally just this week, I'm still like going back and connecting everything and moving things around.
Yeah, no, we could do Wednesday nights or Wednesday evenings like this. It would be fine.
Okay, plan for that. I had to. It's been a year since I smoked anything in that smoker, so I had to go back in and clean it off and
Oh
fucking
shit! I was like, it's been a
yeah.
year and you smoked. I was like, what are you
No,
talking about?
it's been over a year since I smoked anything in the smoker.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, the rectangular standing one
Yeah,
still works.
it still works, man. Still going.
Shit, mine crapped out. Probably about a year in, but I was using it like crazy.
You were using it a lot, yeah.
Yeah,
I used it a lot when I just got it, and then after I moved to the apartment, I just didn't do it
sure.
because
Yeah,
right there at the balcony, I just didn't feel like it was a
yeah, 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 for
I don't
sure.
know. But hopefully it works, or we're not gonna have dinner.
You have to go get some Whataburger.
I got yeah, man. I got you saw the picture. I got all the brisket and some pork leg. It's all ready to
Pork
go.
leg or
So
pork butt?
pork leg.
So you got it like a un jamón, like una
No, no, no,
pierna.
no. Well, is that where they make jamon from? Yeah,
Yeah, la pierna del puerco is
but
the
this is
big old.
like a fresh leg. It's not a ham.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Fresh
you,
leg.
whenever you like on Turkey Day, you get the ham leg, like you get the turkey or the.
Yeah, but the you know that's a good point. Like the ham, it's like a nice round piece, and this doesn't look like that. Maybe after you make it,
Wait, so does it have a bone?
it does have a bone. Yeah,
So it's ham or like whatever. I mean, it's pork. It doesn't
is
matter.
it the way it's made? I don't know. I don't. It's not gonna taste like ham when it's done. I know
You're gonna
that.
put barbecue on it, right?
You can put yeah you can put barbecue on it.
Well, what are you gonna put on it?
Just smoked.
Just smoke, no salt and pepper, no nothing.
Oh, I just put I don't know whatever blend I had of
Whatever seasoning you had.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay,
like
okay.
my go-to seasoning for smoking things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
So
Dry
whenever,
though, no barbecue, nothing.
yeah, 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 no, I don't like dry. I
So
don't like
so
wet.
so what I do usually when I do brisket or when I smoke something, I'll use like either orange juice or apple juice and I spray with that while I'm smoking it.
Interesting. I don't even do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, last time I did yeah, I think last time I did orange juice, maybe some alcohol. I don't remember what it is. So remember it has a little tray on the bottom where you can put the liquid.
Yeah, yeah,
This time I'm gonna try to like spraying it on there.
yeah. I heard they do that a lot with ribs. I just
Yeah.
I
Well, you
try to.
brush them, right? So it's the
No, I
same
don't.
thing.
I don't even do that.
Yeah, I thought you did. I seen you
No.
doing that last time.
For
No?
ribs, for ribs,
Yeah.
I
I've
think
seen you
for
opening them and brushing it with something. Yeah, you do that brown sugar mix with the.
no, but
That
that's when
was
I
when you.
wrap it. That's when I wrap
Yeah,
it.
when you wrap it. Well, yeah.
Yeah, but
But
I
you
don't.
do
I
it to
don't
keep it
brush
moist,
it.
right?
No, I do that for it to get the flavor. So like whenever I
Oh,
make the
okay.
ribs, really I do that so that they get so that the outer skin gets soft again because I let it dry up the outer
Yeah, yeah.
skin, right? Because it like it's all that smoke, it gets the spices. So I don't put my meat on the smoker ever wet or damp. I dry it out, right? Like
Oh,
I,
okay, yeah,
you know. And so the outside gets, I guess, dry. But really, what I do is I put the honey, the butter, and the brown sugar in it, so that it kind of absorbs that and it gives it that sweet flavor.
yeah. Remoisturize it.
Yeah, remoisture.
Remoisturizes.
Yeah, and so that's
Okay,
why I
yeah.
do
So
that.
that's what that's my plan. I'm just gonna
But I know
spray
there's
with
people that actually spray it
yeah,
while
spray
it's
it with the
cooking.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I just don't have the I don't have the discipline to do that. I'll probably forget. I'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah, and it takes longer because every time you open it, you lose heat, right? So you have to.
Yeah. So how long are you planning to smoke the brisket?
Oh man, so they were too big, right? 'Cause it didn't fit on that smoker that I have. So I had to like the big piece of brisket, cut it in half, so do like four halves, right? Um, what was it like 10 hours? I don't remember what it was.
10 hours.
Hold on, let me see. I have the
10 hours is fast.
okay,
Well, I guess since you cut it, it makes sense.
12 hours. So this is it's a recipe for a brine brisket.
Yeah.
So it says 10 to 12 hours. Um, so what I did is I brined it overnight, and then I took it out in the morning. I'm gonna give you all my secrets, but took it out in the morning, and then you just kind of like will dry it a little bit, right, from the brine. So it's a wet brine. You dry it off, and then you dry brine. So you put the condiments on there, wrap it up, and then you leave it on there for another 10, 12 hours, whatever. And then it's another 12 hours of smoking time.
Yeah. Okay.
And the bitch is gonna be full, so it might be longer. I don't know.
It's gonna be what?
That smoker is gonna be full, so it might take longer than just 12 hours.
Yeah,
But
because the smoker will absorb some of that heat, or like the meats will absorb some of that heat. So
yeah,
as you go up, you would. I mean, you could always do what Eric did, right?
right. Microwave it for 20 minutes and then put it in there for another 20.
I can't believe he thinks microwaving a fucking brisket is a good idea, bro.
Such a waste, man. I feel
Like
bad for that cow.
that's a waste of brisket. Oh
Yeah.
God. Yeah, but
And then
that guy's
they ate
crazy.
it. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, that's nuts. But hey, whatever. I guess you got to try everything once, right? Like that thing wasn't even cooked.
So if you guys ever tried a brisket,
Yeah,
Let us
let us know
know.
what you
We think
think.
that's outrageous. Like somebody like being here in Texas and you have the audacity of trying microwave brisket. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. But whatever. I mean, we need to have that competition, so we'll see how that goes out.
Hey, okay, so we're gonna make a brisket, right?
Yeah,
And then we're gonna record the whole thing.
yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
I would think so.
I'll say we each make a clip of us making the brisket, right?
Yeah.
I see a comment on here. It says, "Talk about the holidays."
Okay.
We're talking.
Yeah, we
Oh,
could.
dude, I was having this conversation earlier with Erica, and I'm thinking, because we had just gone to the store, right?
Yeah.
Like, man, we're spending a shitload of money on food, and I'm thinking, okay, a family of, I'm just doing some math, right? So
Yeah.
like family of four, let's say you spend, I don't know,
Stupid amounts.
let's just say I'm just doing a calculation just off the top of my head, right? From what we were discussing earlier. $25 to $30 a person, right? Does that sound about right, or is that too much for a whole
Like
day? Three meals:
a
breakfast,
day?
lunch, dinner. Well,
Fuck,
you eat
that's so expensive, bro.
you eat 3 meals, right? So okay. So like, what's the number? What's the right number?
All right, so we're okay. So the right number would be no more than $10 a day per person. As a matter of fact, less.
How much?
I'd say $10 to $12 per couple. So no, not even, bro. Not even.
$10 to $12, 3 meals a day for two people?
Yes.
You out of your mind?
No. So
No
look.
way.
So look. So look. So you can get 10 pounds of chicken for $16, $17. Right. That's 10 pounds of chicken. You can get all kinds of vegetables for, I don't know, you can get tomatoes for 89 cents a pound. Say you get 5 pounds. What's that? $4. So now we're
I
at
don't know.
what? 21. You can get some onions for the same price, another $4, let's say. You can get some fucking Brussels sprouts, a bag of Brussels sprouts for $9. That's what? 37. You can get some asparagus for the same price. Now you're at 47. Um
So put a number on there.
but that's like the bags, right? You can get a
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. Put a
bucket.
number on a 1 day worth of spending for one adult if you were to cook everything at home, right?
If you were to cook everything at
Because
home,
I looked up some averages, right? So the average is like,
if you were to cook at home, the average would be $2 to $3 a meal.
okay, so times three, times two. Let's say you go all the way out, right? Like you got all the big stuff, you got the best deals. So you're spending
Oh, if you got the best deals, you fucking
10.
spending $2
Okay,
a
let's say.
person.
So you're saying $20. You're saying $20 a day, right?
Yeah, I mean at most, bro. At very most.
Oh, are you able to see the comments?
No.
Yeah, we don't see the comments, honey.
Hold on. I can see them. I'm just not looking at. I'm not watching
Oh,
the stream. So I need to get Diana in here. She knows all this stuff.
yeah.
She knows
Well,
all
I
this
guess
stuff.
we're still working through all the kinks, but
Okay, so
last time we
so
wait, last time that we were on there, we saw the comments. I remember.
so 10. Yeah, no, I can see the comments now. You probably have to refresh your page, bro.
Oh,
So
really?
Jess Meister, Jess Meister. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. It's saying $30 per person
Yeah,
per
that's what I
day.
that. That sounds high. That sounds high.
That's ridiculous, bro. That's nuts.
But the average, from what I looked up, the average was like $25 a person
No fucking way.
per
No way.
day. Yes.
There's no way, dude. There's no way. That's $100 a day on a 4-person family.
Yes.
That's $3,000 a month. No. No. It's just not. It's not a thing. Nobody is making. I'll tell you what.
That
average.
was my point earlier today.
The
Who the
average
fuck
American
spends
is
how much
not
they see?
making $3,000 a day. I mean a month. So there's no way that the average is $30 a day or $100 a day for a family of 4. There's just no way. There's just no way. I don't give a fuck who you are. I tell you what.
Who said $30 a day?
Just Meister.
Just Meister. Are you able to break it down for us? Kind of give us some detailed, itemized, because 30 a day sounds high.
30 a day is fucking ridiculous. I'll tell you what.
I was thinking to me, eating well, good dinner, or a full meals, whatever, $5 a meal, still
That's
$15
expensive.
a day.
That's expensive. I tell you why.
That's what I'm saying. Eating well.
You can get a brisket. You can get a brisket for $35. A 12-pound, actually more than that. You can get like I need to see what I got in the fucking freezer, but you can get like a 12-pound brisket, and that'll feed a family of 4 for at least 3 days, or at least 2 days, right?
2 days for sure.
Right. Let's say you do breakfast or you do lunch and dinner, right? So you have 8 meals, so 16 meals. You will definitely get out of a brisket, a 12-pound brisket. You will definitely get that, and that's $35 for 2 days. On a four person, so 16 meals divided by what, 35, about $2 for just the protein, and then your vegetables and your whatever fruits or whatever. What's rice? How much is rice if you're eating rice?
Rice
I don't
is
eat
nothing,
rice.
yeah.
Exactly. So if you eat rice, brisket, maybe some asparagus, maybe some pico.
Okay, so would you say $5?
$3.50.
Reasonable?
$3.50 a person. Hell no, bro.
All right.
I need
All right,
Diana in here, bro. $5 is just fucking ridiculous.
Okay, so okay. $3.50 a person times 3, right? Is that what we said? Yes.
Say that again.
$3.50 a meal,
Yeah.
3 times a day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's $10, right? That's $10.50
Sure.
a person.
Yeah.
So a family of 4,
40.
that's $40,
Okay.
right?
Sure.
That's still $1,200 a month. Assuming everybody eats 3 times a day. Assuming you don't ever eat anything out of the extraordinary, never eat out, none of that, right?
That can't be right, dude.
Yeah. So
No, I know that
so
number
but-
is
so
at.
back to your point earlier today, and what I was telling Erica is, how the fuck as people making, let's say you got a full-time job, right? Get $15 an hour, you work 40 hours. You cannot afford to eat and live. Because I was telling her how I know a lot of people here that are working 2 or 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way they have to do it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking $1,200 a month, still shy of what some people spend. Now you add in eating out, eating whatever else, right? Getting a coffee from Starbucks every now and then. You add all that up, you're at $2,000 a month.
That
Minimum.
can't be, dude. That can't be. I don't think we spend that much money, dude.
I think a normal. Look it up. There's some.
I believe
asked the
you.
question-
I
asked
believe
the
you.
question,
I
and
just-
that's where it came up, and I was like,
I
no
just
way.
I just cannot believe that 1,200 is what it ends up being.
And honestly, I think that I spend a lot more than that.
Oh, I know you do. I fucking know you do. Damn. I'm just trying to think, dude, because like, what are people eating? I'm trying to think like what one meal of mine would cost.
So part of the discussion was, is it even worth eating at home anymore? Because now you're talking about cleaning, you're talking about
No, it's always
electricity,
worth.
you're talking about yes, but is it? At what point is it just better just to eat out?
No,
Don't
no, no,
worry
no,
about
no,
anything.
never, never, never. And I'll tell you why never. It comes down to not necessarily money. It comes down to health, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, but I'm not talking about health right now. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
but you have to
I'm
because
talking
then you're
about
gonna
money.
spend $10,000 on your health, and then you're not gonna be able to afford shit, and then you're gonna die, which
Yeah,
probably
but
doesn't matter, right?
yeah, but okay, talk about health. What like the best thing you can do for your health, right? Eating more vegetables,
Mm-hmm.
which are super expensive,
No, no,
right?
no, no, no. That's what I'm trying to
Yes,
look at
they
right
are.
now. No, they're
Yes, they
fucking
are.
not, bro.
Oh my god, yes it is, man.
No, it's not. Look, look,
It's just
look,
not
look.
something we think about every day.
I can't see this fucking screen. It doesn't let me zoom in, but I want to see how many, like the ounces of these mushrooms, right? Like how much mushrooms? But this pack of mushrooms is $4, and you can make four. You can make one meal with this pack. You could probably make two meals if you cut them down the middle. You probably make two 8 meals, right? So you can make. I'm trying to think for four family of four. You can make 8 meals with this pack of mushrooms for four
you out
dollars.
of your you out of your mind. I better be a 10 pound of mushrooms.
See, and that's the thing. And here's the thing. And I'll tell you what. In America, we do this. We overfeed. That's
Oh yeah,
why.
one
That's
100%.
why. Because we don't need a fucking. We need 2 strips of fucking brisket. We need 3 or 4 mushrooms. We need, maybe 6 strips of fucking asparagus. We need maybe 6 Brussels sprouts. That's what we need. But here we go, and we're like, I'm gonna fill the fucking plate up. That's why. It's not because we're doing what we need. Now, if we did what we needed to do, like look at this bag of broccoli, the big bag, $3. That's another thing. And I don't have kids yet, but I hope I can just fucking lay down the law. Like we tend to feed our kids what they want, you know? Versus
Yeah.
like saying, no, motherfucker, you're going to eat broccoli or you're going to eat fucking whatever the fuck we put on your plate, you know? And I think that's where it starts stemming off into this 1,200 number. 1,200 is so fucking high.
Dude, trust me, I hear you preaching to the choir.
Like, look, all right, so somebody in the chat said, how much are 2 tacos breakfast average? Okay, forget going out to buy your breakfast tacos. Let's assume you make them at home. Let's say assume you make them at home.
Sure,
Let's
yeah, that
let's assume you live off of tacos. Period. Right? So like
which
everything
would
you
be
eat,
healthy. But yeah, let's say you can do that.
right? It's not unhealthy because if you eat 2 fucking tacos like you're supposed to and not 4 or 5, right? Then you could say, because let's say you eat breakfast tacos, you put 1 egg per taco, right? Which is a solid taco, right? Maybe you put some, maybe not bacon, but maybe you put some fucking some turkey bacon, which is cheaper, or some ham, some fucking cheap ass ham, right? So you got ham in your breakfast taco, right? You're not gonna put more than 50 cents into that taco, right? Am I wrong?
Okay.
Right? You're gonna put 1 slice of ham, 1 egg, 1 tortilla, boom. That's your taco. You have 2 of those. You spent $1, right? Because what's a fucking? I want to see how much is a. That's another thing. I buy in bulk, so it's cheaper. But like, what's 60 eggs price? What's 5 dozen? So, and we get them on special too.
I think what you're saying is that's what people could spend. Well, what I'm saying is this is what people are spending
Ah, okay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
because what I was telling Erica is it's ridiculous if we're spending more than $30 a day, right?
Oof.
Because
Oof.
we're not planning it out, right? Because we're not looking for the best deals, we're not planning ahead, whatever the reason may be, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, what I saw the what I saw on the research, and when I say research, I just googled it.
Yeah.
But when I googled it, it said people are spending $25-$30 a day.
I can't believe that, dude. My
So
head hurts to even think of that.
right, so you're saying bare minimum, right?
I'm
Like
saying
drink
I'm
water,
saying
tacos.
actual what you should do, not what you I don't know. You know, because here's the thing, like, oh, how many eggs should we make, right? Whenever, for example, whenever we come, when you guys come over and we do breakfast, I
Yeah,
normally do like 2.5 to 3 eggs per head, which we probably shouldn't, right?
which is
And
still probably more than recommended. Yeah.
exactly, that's what I mean. Like, we don't do what we should. I mean, nobody ever fucking does, but I'm just saying, I don't know, $30 a day. Who the fuck, bro? Like, give me that money and I will fucking make you breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Would you though? It's a lot
Fuck
of work.
yeah. For 3 grand
It's
a
a lot of
month,
work.
for 3 grand a month, I'll do it.
It's a lot of work there. Because you're not considering cleaning, washing dishes, cooking time, all the ingredients, right? Because you're saying, okay, one egg is 50 cents and one tortilla is 50 cents, but what about the oil they use? What about the condiments? What about,
You're
uh,
trying to tell me that oil is gonna be more than like 10,
I'm just saying,
10.
there's other things you gotta think about. That's what I'm saying.
No, so okay, so here I'll definitely tell you this. So I've heard this argument before one time. You mentioned time, your time, right? Like, what is
Yeah.
your time worth? Now, if you're a fucking potato bag like I am when I get home, my time ain't worth shit at home. Unfortunately, I want to change that. I'm whatever. But if you're an entrepreneur, if you're somebody that's hustling that
So,
has to
I
work
mean,
24/7,
you don't consider resting a valuable part of your time.
I'm not resting, bro. I'm fucking being
It should
lazy.
be.
I'm being lazy. I wish I was resting, but I'm being lazy.
So if you work, okay, so let's say 10 hours of your day are set apart for you to go to work,
Yeah,
commute, whatever it is, right? Get ready, right?
yeah,
Okay. 8 hours is a good night's sleep. That's 18 hours, right?
yeah.
What else do you have to do? Let's say another hour, it's restroom, brushing your teeth, extra stuff, right?
Yeah.
So how many hours do you have left?
You have like 4 hours left.
Yeah. And I'm not even thinking about any other extra things that you have to do.
Yeah,
So
but
let's
my
say you
thing is
include an
like,
hour of 2 hours of cooking every day.
but I'll
That's
tell
the end
you
of your
what.
day.
But
You
I'll
can't
tell
do
you what.
anything else.
But I tell you what. At least from my experience, I'm not fucking resting. I'm just lazy.
Yeah. So okay, so that's what I'm saying though. Doing whatever you want to do. How much of your time should be set apart for you to do whatever you want to do? For you to relax, do whatever you want.
I don't know.
What's a reasonable amount?
Are you talking about daily? Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's where people go into. Um, I've heard the argument of you don't necessarily need to rest daily, but you have to take rest in between like months or weeks or some shit like that. Because if
Sure.
you're resting daily, then you're not being productive.
And that's my point. If you have 4 hours a day, what are we doing with those extra 4 hours a day?
I'm doing nothing. That's what I'm saying. So fuck it. Why not make food for other people for 3 grand a month? Because it's not just gonna be one motherfucker. It's gonna be two, three, four, five motherfuckers, and then it's $15,000 a month. And for sure, I'll do it then.
Hey, if you can feed me and my family for $1,500 a month, well, I'll do it. It'll be
I
cheaper
got
than
you,
what I'm
bro.
doing now.
I fucking got you.
No, you don't.
Oh my
No, you
god.
don't.
Look, if
I
you
give
lived here, I would
look.
do it. Look, when y'all move back, I'll do it. And I will show you that I can do it. And then you have to hire me for the rest of my life. Cause I ain't gonna give my secrets. I'm just saying, dude. I'm
Okay,
just
there now I can see the comments.
$1,500 a
Who's
fucking month.
Jazzmeister?
I don't fucking know.
They said somebody we know, I guess.
Jazzmeister. Who could this be? I'm gonna click on their shit. Jazzmeister. Oh, that's Jesse. Bro, no, fuck, don't listen to Jesse, bro. Jesse's fucking rich. $30 a day, he wipes his ass with that. Motherfucker uses $100 to wipe his ass. Don't listen to Jesse. Fuck that guy.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
I dig in his fucking toilet to take that money out.
I agree with you, Jesse. I think $30 a day is
per
what
person.
people are spending out there.
He said 30 per person.
Yeah,
Got me
$10
fucked
a
up.
meal. I'm saying that's what people are spending. I'm not saying that's what they could be spending.
You're hurting my head.
I agree with you. I think if you buy a whole chicken and a bag of vegetables and some rice and you drink some homemade lemonade, that's it, right? Like, that's $3 right there.
Bro, yes.
Yeah. But that's not what people are spending.
That's why these fast food places are just so fucking wealthy.
I just think there's a very fine line in between. Is it convenient for you to buy your stuff, make your stuff, clean your stuff, do all that?
Look, like I said,
For the price.
if you're doing something with your life, right? Like if you're fucking doing something that's if you're doing something where that takes away from that something that's making you money, yeah, 100%. Like I'm never going to wash a dish if they tell me, hey, wash dishes instead of do your job. I'll just never do that, right? It wouldn't make sense. Yeah. But if you're sitting on the fucking couch watching Hunter x Hunter like I am, instead of washing the dishes or preparing for tomorrow, I mean, you know?
Yeah, so that's what I was getting to is like, so conversation was, Erica working full time, I'm working my job full time. At some point, it's a fine line between how much time to invest in doing that and if it's worth doing it.
But you're not. Okay, we're making this too like monetary too, because you're not.
Is, but that was my whole point.
No, because you're saying
it doesn't make sense.
Because you're saying so. Here's another thing. Because we said you have 4 hours left, right, per person. So that means that combined you have 8 hours of attacking power.
I wasn't even going into detail. You might have less, because I'm not thinking. I'm not taking into consideration like shopping or chores or any other thing you have to do, right? This was just work, eating, shedding, and what else did I say?
Sleeping.
Sleep. But there's more things that you have to do throughout the day. Like,
all right, let's name some. Like what?
Like, for example, I have to go pick up my girls from school.
Okay.
Either me or Erica at some point. It takes an hour. And
okay.
That takes an hour, and we're 5 minutes away from school, right?
Okay. So you have 7 hours left.
No, we only have 4. How do you go from
7
to 4?
You have 4 and Erica has 4. Y'all aren't both going to pick them up, right?
Well, not at the same time, yeah.
Exactly. So one lost an hour, the other one still has 4.
Yeah, sure.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean. Like if I went shopping or if Diana went shopping, I still have my 4. Right? And I could wash the dishes while she goes shopping.
Unless you go together. But yeah.
Exactly. But
technically, you're right.
Now, if we're saying, okay, we're going to go shopping together because that's our bonding moment. Okay. Then bonding is more important than washing dishes.
I know Diana's going to agree. She's not going to want to cook after going to work and doing everything else.
Oh, she doesn't want to. She doesn't.
100%, I guarantee.
I get that. But we're not talking about what we want. We're talking about, like, what you could do. Right.
You're talking about what we could do. I'm talking about what people is doing. And what people is doing, spending that much in food.
No, I agree.
Instead of cooking, and instead of doing their own thing at home, they rather go get another job because it's more convenient.
Yes, but
Because
you're
things are getting so
saying
expensive, things are getting so hard that that line between you doing your own thing and you taking care of everything, it's getting really thin compared to the convenience of just going somewhere, eating, and then leaving, and that's it. You're done.
yes, but what you're
So okay,
saying
let's put it
is
this way. Let's put it this way. Let's say if you go to work and you get paid $15 an hour, technically you can use that hour to buy yourself a meal, right? We said for $10, and you still have $5 left.
yeah,
Yes or no?
yeah.
Okay. So could you, with that hour, do the same thing, going at home, making yourself a meal, cleaning, preparing it, cooking it, eating,
Yes.
for the same $10?
Yes.
Yes. So $10, eat, don't do anything. $10, eat, do everything.
Yes.
Right?
I can do it for less.
Maybe.
No, not maybe.
But let's say,
Okay, let's say.
right? So you lose an hour of work
Yeah.
because you have to go and do something, right?
Yeah.
Or you instantly get fed.
Yes.
So what's the difference between, if you take all the factors in consideration, convenience, you actually having to do the stuff, right? Having the knowledge to cook, having the organizational skills to, plan out your week and buy and finding the best deals and do all that stuff, compared to just going somewhere and eating something.
But you need two jobs to do that, right?
Well, you just need to work 1 hour, one
1
15
hour.
hour, yeah.
Are we assuming? Okay, so wait, time out. Are we assuming that that one meal that you're gonna cook is $10 also?
Yes.
Oh no, then it makes no sense. At that point, 100% it doesn't make no sense. But we know that that meal that you're gonna cook is not
Well, I'm
worth. Is
assuming you're
not.
losing that hour. Like either you're cooking or you're working. You can't do both.
But you can cook it in less than an hour. You can make more in that hour. Like you can make the week's
You
worth.
can buy the stuff, cook the stuff, eat the stuff, clean afterwards in less than an hour. No way.
Yes, yes.
I don't have to argue with that.
If we're making just one
Unless
meal,
you
if you're
already have
making
your
one
food ready.
meal, you're making one meal.
One meal, yeah.
Cause the idea here is what I'm thinking is the average total,
Sure,
right? I'm not.
average.
But if we're doing just one meal, like I have to go to Kroger, buy one thing, one thing, one thing, one thing, come home, one thing, one thing, one thing, one thing, make that one meal, cook that or clean one thing, one thing, one thing, one thing, then yeah, it doesn't, the math doesn't math. But what I'm saying is in that hour, I'll prep the week.
True. And that's what I'm saying. Without prepping, without looking for the best deals, without any of that. I'm talking about
But then
matching
that's not a good
one for
argument
one.
then.
It's not a fair argument, but it is an argument. And I think not only is it an argument, I think a lot of people view it that way. I think people rather go spend
People
$10
are
on a meal and work that extra hour than having to go home, having to develop the skills, having to go clean, having to go cook. Something that may not even taste as good as,
I just
probably
I just
gonna be
don't
healthier.
see it. I know what you're saying is that what people are doing, and I know what I'm arguing
And
is
then I think,
not that.
and then one more thing I think you're not thinking about is you're thinking about for yourself, for an adult, right? Now you put in a family with kids in the mix, completely different game. Because now you're feeding somebody who is 100% dependable on you.
Yes, but it goes back to my argument of, or not my argument, but that little explanation of we are pampering to our children versus here's what we're eating, done, you know?
I just think, again, like I said, this is how much people are spending, and it's ridiculous. And
It's 100% ridiculous. It's fucking nuts.
I think 10 years ago or 20 years ago, you could still make stuff at home. You go grocery shopping, and you wouldn't spend half of what you're spending nowadays. I mean, do you agree with that?
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure.
So if 20 years ago cooking at home was half the price, then to my argument, the line is closing, the gap in between cooking at home and just eating out or just doing something else, right?
I think we got to do further math here
For sure, yeah. But I'm
because
just going off of like off the top of my head perspective, how much people are spending.
you're telling me
And then there's
here's what I'm understanding from what you're telling me. You're telling me that people are spending $10 on average, right, per meal per day. And then you're also telling me, and this is where I don't agree, you're going to go home, prep the meal, make the meal, clean after the meal, all in 1 hour, and it's going to cost you $10. Now, that argument in itself, 100% you'll never do it at home. But the idea is that you're doing all the extra stuff at home so that it doesn't cost $10, right?
true,
If both are the same price, if both are the same price, 100 million trillion percent always go for the faster route,
right.
right? But the idea of cooking at home is to be cheaper, even if you have to do all that
Yes.
other stuff. Because here's another thing that we have to math into this equation, right? Let's say you do make this meal the same price and everything. Um, what are you gonna do with that extra time that you have on that hour? You're gonna go work, right? Like on
You
top of
could
your
work.
10. Well, not you could, you have to, because you're doing your 10 hours and you have to do an extra hour to be able to eat one meal. So you're telling me you have to do 3 extra hours to be able to eat one day.
I'm saying you could.
No, you're
You
saying that's
could
what
work.
people
You know
do.
what I'm saying? You could work the extra hour, and that's what I'm saying is 100% more convenient to work that extra hour.
Hell no.
It depends on your work, I guess. But it could be
Sure.
100% more convenient for you to work the extra hour, go buy yourself a meal, and don't have to worry about anything, than going home and still have. Let's say you work that extra hour less because you have to go home, cook, and do all that stuff,
No, let's say you work
right?
your 10 hours, like you said, 10 hours a day.
Sure.
Now you're telling me for me to eat the full day, I have to work 3 more hours.
If you're living off of $15 an hour, yeah, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, so we were looking at it monetarily too much, but let's start looking at it timely. You're gonna work an extra at least 15 to 20 hours a week to eat. Fuck no, nobody's gonna want to work 60 hours a week.
So, so circling back to my point, lots of people are working two jobs, lots of people are working three jobs for that reason.
Yeah, because they're lazy.
Well, so if they're lazy, then why are they working two and three jobs?
Because they're not working smart, they're working harder. And that's lazy.
Uh,
They're not using their brain, they're using their like physical appearance. And then guess what? These people are tired as fuck all the time
yes.
and they
Don't
waste
have a
their
life,
day
can't
when
do
they
anything else.
exactly when they could have just for 10 of those 20 hours made marvelous foods.
Okay, so even if you have 40 hours a week, $15 an hour job, and you spend whatever amount you said of food, it's still an outrageous amount of food you're spending
Correct.
compared
Yes.
to what you're making,
Yes, but
right?
but I'd rather spend that than $10 a meal, $30 a fucking day.
Yeah, but it's all proportional. So if you spend less hours at work, you work your 40 hours, you get your $15 an hour, 40 hours. You go home and you do a great job prepping, finding the best deals, cooking, eating a meal, right? It's still an exaggerated amount of money that you have to spend on food. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right. So what's the difference between doing that or getting a second job working double the amount of hours and paying double the amount of money on food?
That you're not gonna pay double the amount of hours on food.
So you're saying you only have to work an extra few hours, right? For you
You
to
have to
be able
work
to
3 hours extra a day to eat
yes.
3 meals.
Well, I won't say 3 hours, 2 hours.
Okay, two
Fifty
hours a
dollars an
day.
hour, 2 extra hours a day, right?
Well. You're not getting your full 15.
Right, right.
That's
You're
why I
right.
said 3 hours.
So yeah. Let's say 3 hours. 3 hours a day, you're spending what do we say, $30 a day
Mm-hmm.
on food. Eating that's assuming you eat out every day. That's assuming you eat 3 times a day, right?
Yeah,
Which most people I think don't eat 3 times a day. They'll eat 2 times a day.
sure.
So all you have to do to eat out every day, according to our math right now, that we both agree on, is work 45 hours a week.
No, is work 60 hours a week.
No way.
Yes. You're
You mean
working three
50 hours,
hours
50 hours a
extra.
week.
You're working 3 hours extra a day. Seven
No.
days in the week. That's 21.
Okay, if you, yeah, you're right. So it's 50 something
61
hours,
hours a week.
60 hours a day, or 60 hours a week.
Yes.
But people that are working 2 jobs are doing probably more than 60 hours a week.
Yes. But it's not because they want to. It's because they have to because they're not being
Correct.
disciplined.
Correct. So you think somebody who's working 60, 70 hours a week, they're probably gonna eat out every day. They're not gonna go home and cook.
Sure. Yes. But
So
if
it's the
they
same
did,
thing.
but if they did cook at home, they would quit that one job and work one job.
So, back to the original argument. Why do you even have to work that many more hours for you to be able to eat?
You only have to work that many more hours to eat out every day.
Yeah, but we're still agreeing that they're still spending too much money based on compared to what they're gaining.
Yes, I'm not arguing with you that the amount the cost of living or food, I mean, nowadays is stupid priced whether you eat out or you don't. But what I'm arguing is
You're
because
saying that the only reason they have 2 jobs is just because they have to eat out, right?
yes, the only reason they have that second job is to eat out. 100%.
I don't think it's that simple.
I think it is.
Because if that was the case, then, like I said, people are lazy, right? They're not gonna work extra if they don't have to.
No. People will work extra as long as they don't have to do something. This is like a play on their mind because a lot of people think I get home, I'm chilling. I don't have to do shit, right? Like I want to
Right.
go home and chill, right? So as long as I don't go home, I'll keep working. No big deal. The idea should be let me get home and continue working so that I can chill. So I guess lazy is not the right word. Well, yeah, lazy, mentally lazy.
I think it's not lazy as much as it is lack
Stupid
of
as fucking fuck.
yes.
I just didn't want to say it, bro,
It's
because
lack of education. That's what it is. Lack of education is
lack of discipline, lack of education,
yeah.
lack of, sometimes it is lack of knowledge. Like people sometimes just don't know that a fucking, I don't know, that you can get a fucking full chicken at Sam's for $5, Okay, let's not go to Sam's because we don't have the membership because we can't afford it. Okay, say you go to Kroger, they have it for $6.50. So you can still feed a full family of 4 for $6.50, which is what, $1.75 per person. Yeah,
You could, yeah.
something like that. A little bit less, maybe. I can't do the math right now. But I'm saying, like, it is a lot of lack of something. Definitely discipline, definitely education, definitely. Because if I was to tell somebody, look, quit your job, your second job, right? That's making you work. Well, let's say the second job is part-time, so they have to work 30 hours, right, to be considered part-time?
Or less, yeah.
Yeah. So let's say they're pushing that 30, but okay, let's say they're working that 20 hours. I say, hey, if you work 10 hours at home, you get 10 hours back to do absolutely whatever the fuck you want. Why? Who wouldn't buy that? Like, who wouldn't go for that?
I don't know if that would be an even trade. You're saying if you just stay at home 10 hours and do extra work for 10 hours,
And that's me cutting it in half, but I really think it's less than that, right? Especially
yeah,
if you
it
meal
wouldn't be 10
prep or
hours,
whatever.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, if somebody was to come to me and say, hey, you're working 2 jobs, you're exhausted every fucking day. Like every day you wake up, you're just fucking exhausted, right? If you're working 2 jobs, you're driving from one job to the other, right? So whatever.
Yeah.
Let's say they're next to each other, right? Best case scenario, they're next to each other. You're working 3 hours extra at this job every time. And that's another thing. Whatever. Let's say you're working 3 hours extra, so you're on top of your 10, you're working 13 or 3 more. So 13 hours a day, right? We said you sleep 8, which at this point you're probably not sleeping 8, right? If you're working 2 jobs.
Probably not, yeah.
But let's say you do get your 8 hours of sleep, right? So what's that? 13 plus 8 is 21, right? So you have 3 hours to do the extra stuff that you say a day. To get the kids, to go shopping, to do your laundry, to clean the house, to feed the dogs, to whatever. And if you're doing this, you're probably not going out to exercise or whatnot, but whatever.
Not at all, yeah.
If I told you I can give you 6 hours a day, or I can give you 5 hours a day, you just got to do one initial 3-hour session of setting up your food, and then you got the rest of your time, bro. Why wouldn't you buy that?
That would make sense.
Like if I say, look, meal prep, right? Meal prep, because that would be the smart way to do to get rid of that second job.
Yeah, that's a smart way of doing it. It's a healthy way of doing it.
I don't know so much about healthy because you could be unhealthy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you plan ahead and you think about it ahead of time, you have.
But I'm not even thinking about being healthy though. Like I'm just saying, you want to make a burger? Fuck it, make a burger. But it's not going to cost you $10 to make the burger. You can make probably 3 burgers with $10. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like the most expensive part would be the patty, and then you're probably gonna buy. I'm thinking like Sam's price, but say you go to Kroger and buy the fucking. It was like I think it was a 50 pack for like $30. That's 50 burgers for say $30. Then you gotta add your bun, you gotta add your lettuce, tomato, onions. What is that gonna be? Maybe $15. Maybe. If you want to fucking eat burgers every fucking day, 50 burgers divided by what? 3? What's that? Shit. Carry the thing. I don't even know. 39 will be 13, 20. What is that? 15, 16? 16 days.
You know what would be interesting is I'm gonna give you $100 and watch you survive on that on $2 a day. Or whatever you said, for a week.
I got it.
Let's see how that goes.
I got it. Especially if I'm not eating healthy. Especially.
Yeah. Technically, you wouldn't have to, because I don't think people is eating as healthy as they want to.
Boy, you know what? Especially if you're not eating healthy, bro. Because if you can eat rice and beans, that's already a side. The most expensive thing would be your protein.
Yeah.
You get a salad, you know what I mean? Wherever you go, you get some romaine lettuce or whatever. I don't know. People are rich, bro. That's nuts. $1,200 a month. Average, too. That means there's people spending more than that. You know what though? I know people like that.
No, that's the people that are buying their food.
Yeah, no, and I know people like that. As a matter of fact, my old boss, one of my old bosses, given that she probably made more than enough. Way more than enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To fucking buy meals for her and another family and another family, you know? So for her, she say it was just easier, cheaper, and all that to be at to stop by whatever Whataburger, McDonald's,
Yeah,
fucking
there's definitely a point where it doesn't matter, right?
yeah.
Like if you make a certain amount, it doesn't matter, right? What you eat.
Yeah, like say you're
After
making
that,
and here's the thing, her husband worked also and was making way more than enough, you know? So if both of y'all are making way more than enough, fuck it. Fuck it.
it doesn't matter how much you spend on food because you can never eat that much.
Yeah. No way.
So we're talking about from the lower end, right?
Yeah.
We're starting from the lower end.
Yeah.
You know what it boils down to, and it really just boils down to everything in life is financial education, right?
Yeah.
And Alex brings it up all the time, where nobody ever talked to you about how to spend your money, how to invest money, how to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but that's because the educational system was made by Rockefeller and Carnegie and those people to make employees, you know? Yeah. Like, as a matter of fact, we were talking about this with Diana earlier yesterday. You can basically do absolutely nothing at school. Absolutely nothing. And you'll get a 40.
Just show up.
Just show up and you get a 40. For the now you're still failing, but it's not a 0. You know?
Which should be a 0.
It should be 100% a 0. Go to any job and just sit there. I guarantee you a month later they'll be like, all right, look, man, bye. This is me giving you like a lot of lead time. You know? Like this is me.
I think after a couple of days, if you just go there and like literally don't do anything, something's gonna happen.
That's what I'm saying. But so what are you training these people to do? You know?
To do the bare minimum.
The bare minimum. Get by. Get by. So it's nuts. It's crazy. Fuck the educational system. At least here in the USA, it is dog water.
Yeah, we can spend another hour talking about that.
Big time.
Yeah, it
could be our next session.
It's outdated for sure.
No,
it might even be like you said, intentionally made to be bad. It
is intentional, dude. I mean, look at what's happening with HISD. They're giving them fucking a pamphlet. Here, follow this stack of papers. Yeah. You know, they're not letting teachers teach. They're letting, if the teacher tries to teach, she gets in trouble. It gets in trouble. It's like, what the fuck, you know? But like you said, we could talk about that another time. That's good enough. That's a good one for another time. We could even bring some teachers in. Ooh, get them fired.
Hey, if we get them fired, then it'll go viral.
If they get fired, bro, we can sue the school, right? You can sue the district and make them even more money. We got this. We're doing it on the next episode of 2MadKings. Getting teachers fired so that they can sue the school. Jesus Christ.
So okay, let's see what's the next. So 27th, is that right?
Are we gonna be? Yeah, 27th.
You're gonna be in town?
Yeah, we'll be here. We still haven't planned anything for New Year's.
Okay.
So we'll be here. But
let's do that.
Alrighty. Do I stop it now?
Yeah, I guess so. It's time.
All right, cool. Alrighty. So we're gonna go ahead and stop the stream. For anybody that showed up, thank you very much for the support. And then we'll be back on. We'll aim to be back on the 27th. So stay tuned for the next episode of 2MadKings.
Deuce.